Yes, sir. What's up, good people? It's your boy, D-Boy Henry Heck, back at it again with another episode of the GG or Die Podcast, episode 22. Boys and girls, came back from a little week vacation. Came back, not technically vacation, but vacation from, doing the podcast. But we have still been game. Oh, yes, sir, Reebok. Make no difference what's going on. Games will be played. Be it on mobile, be it on a tablet, be it on a PS Vita, be it on a Portal. It don't matter. If there's a will, there's a way, and when you're a gamer, there's always a way, brothers and sisters. So shout out to the people who say, individuals are being priced out of game. Individuals ain't being priced out of game. Individuals are just picky. You can get you a Switch One. You can get you a Switch Lite. You can play you some mobile games. You can get you a PS4 Pro. You can get you an Xbox One, which surprisingly, there are more Xbox Ones being played in the US of the A than the series consoles. That's crazy. Crazy to me. More individuals are booting up. Now, granted, they may be playing like Minecraft or whatever. It don't matter. They rather play Minecraft there than even scoop up a Series S at its lowest, which was like $300. Bro, you used to be able to get a PS3. I remember you go in there and play your Verizon bill, you get your a Series S. Bro, they was doing everything they can to get the Series S into people's homes, which I think making the S was a mistake. I think if they were gonna go with the strategy, the long sleeve strategy, you do your Series X disc and discless. Drop that price on down. Sell them bitches. Sell the discless for $350. $350. You see what I'm saying? At that point, for the power, even if the games weren't out, you can still play hella third-party games on that bitch. That's what you play 90% of the year anyway, third-party shit. If you just playing exclusives, you ain't really doing no fucking game. Keeping it all the way trill with you. If you ain't booting that system up unless it's exclusive, you not game. Cause sure, PlayStation themselves may only drop by 3 a year. At this point now, Xbox is putting out a little more. But you knocking them games, them like AA indie style games, bro. You knocking them joints out in a day. You see what I'm saying? So the whole rest of the year, what you play? You playing an Ubisoft game. You playing an EA game. You playing Cyberpunk, which I was thinking about that this morning, bro. They had a Cyberpunk edition Xbox One. Goddamn console couldn't even run goddamn. Couldn't even run the goddamn game, boys and girls. How crazy is that? How wild is that? You got a special piece of hardware created in honor of this piece of software, and it can't run the goddamn piece of software. Whew. I don't know what to tell you, ladies and gentlemen. I do not know what to tell you. That was hilarious. It really was. I'm like, I can't believe it. I can't believe that's a generational fumble. And sure, it was on the cusp. The new consoles, I think the new consoles was even out at this point. Because if I'm not mistaken, the series consoles came out first. Anyway, but I think about that quite. I think about that shit probably once a month. Like, how the fuck? Because a lot of people love CDPR. A lot of people love Cyberpunk. Cyberpunk was a great game. I finally got around to beating and playing it. It was right after the Phantom Liberty was produced, and they did all the updates. They finally had it. They finally made it the quote unquote generational game it was supposed to be. Now, if that joint was like that, day one, performed like that, day one, everywhere. You see what I'm saying? Oh my goodness. Cause that put a horrible taste in people's mouths. See, what annoyed me initially about the game, obviously aside from getting delayed, I'm like, all right, man, fuck this. I just get it on sale whenever. You know what I'm saying? Later on. You see what I'm saying? Cause I was just sick of like you doing all these freaking delays. Can't customize the vehicle no more. Wall running stuff. Like, bro, I'm cool. It's like a lot of I don't want to say a lot, because there was still a lot more cool shit left. But it's like certain stuff I'm like, man, but you could put a dick on a chick. But you changing the size of prop. Oh, you see what I'm saying? Like, that's And that's the argument I kind of get with the whole woke, anti-woke situation. I'm going off on a bit of a tangent, but walk with me here. Because when you have a game and it has certain issues, it may not even be tied to the extra shit you throw in there for season. You know what I'm saying? Not like you might have a backstory for a special type of individual, and the masses don't really care for it. But folk will let a lot of stuff slide if the game is just good and do what it's supposed to do. But if you got a jacked up game and folks can't run it on their machine and they having to get PlayStation offering no question asked refunds, you got an issue. And then people get to thinking, okay, you made time to do this, but you didn't make time to make sure this shit was working how it need to work. You didn't make time that it was polished the way it needed to be polished. You know what I'm saying? You focused on putting all this other wild stuff in here that don't really effing matter. To be honest, it don't matter how big your meat is. It don't matter. It do not matter whatsoever. You know? And your game don't perform. Like, why did they have to wait? Why did people... I know I don't include me in there, because you had super hardcore people that was just hot and ready like Little Caesar to hop on this game and get busy. Initially I was, but then like as time went on, I kind of fell off of it a little bit. I'm like, bro, I'll just catch it later on. And I wound up not even catching it later on and just playing it years after when the freaking update came out and it was finally up to par. That's one of the, biggest, I think that's one of the biggest fumbles of the generation. Just games coming out and not being succulent day one. You got more powerful machines, yet we having to wait days, weeks, some games even months. You look at Crimson Desert, even months for a game running the way it should run day one. And I'm playing the game now. Back to the games I'm playing now. Beast of Reincarnation. Enjoying the game. Combat buttery, movement buttery, abilities look cool. Cool is not just a useless sidekick, just sitting there waiting on you to do something and tell him he out here doing his own thing, getting busy. His abilities are helpful. His abilities are cool. Character design is cool. Monster design is cool. People say, oh, it's repetitive. You only find such and such. Hey, if you want to complain about that, cool. I get it to a degree, but you know what I'm saying? I'm not going to break nobody's neck over there like that. You know what I'm saying? Because the music good. Elephant in the room. This shit a PS4 game. Obvious. This joint is a PS4 game. Left, right, front, back. Any way you look at it, this joint is a last gen game. Visual. That aside, it's not an ugly game. That aside, I won't say that aside. People did have performance issues. I seen it. Even though I didn't experience them. People did have them, so they obviously was there. I'm not one of those, oh, well, I didn't have... It was inconsistent. But it seems to me like, the people that had those issues jumped back in, and the stuff was patched. So shout out to them for that. Even though they do have a list of stuff they want to address over the month, the performance has been fixed. Okay, and I'll go ahead and get into my issues with the game. And I ain't got but one real issue with the game, to be honest with you. The freaking cutscenes, they're done weirdly. The way individuals interact with one another in the cutscenes is kind of, I don't know how to explain. It's not uncanny. It's just certain decisions were made in the direction of the cutscene. I'm like, okay. Like you have a character in another room, talk to a character on this corner of the room, and they'll say the dialogue, screen will fade to black. Then it'll fade back to the cutscene, and the character will be walking up to sit down next to the other character to finish the dialogue. Why not just have them just walking over there and talking as you walk into? You see what I'm saying? Like, why not have that? Like, it's stuff like that in the cutscenes. It's kind of like, bro, okay, it's kind of off. And as far as the story seemed cool. Some people speaking on the story ain't that good, and from at the point I'm at now, the joint is interesting. The joint is interesting. Not gonna get into it. They kind of give you some tidbits early on into the game. And the game is still pretty freaking new, so I'm not even gonna touch on that. You see what I'm saying? Then you're trying to figure out the relationship between the main character and Ku. And it's, bro, stuff is happening. Stuff is happening. there was also a criticism about us trying to. I don't even want. Never mind. I'm not gonna say a criticism. There was also a comment brought up as far as the game's trying to do a lot of things, and it is trying to do a lot of stuff. You got you collecting resources, you managing certain resources inside the base. You know, you can you get your agriculture on inside of the mini base, because it's in like it's a hub, but it's fairly small. And then you got to manage relationships. Not a lot. So I think it's only 2 you got to manage, and it don't really take no time. And I think it's just I don't even want to say it's new. I think it's just a part of the gaming culture of the East to have stuff like this in here, because it's a lot of games over there that had it kind of stuff. It's very JRPG-ish, especially with the relationship management kind of thing. And I'm not mad at it. If I had to manage a relationship with a bunch of people, I just wouldn't participate at all. But since it's like 2, I'm cool with participating in it. Don't take no time, and get in, get out, and I jump out. Now, when the comment was raised, they ain't really bring up this in particular, but this is just something that I noticed that could be attributing to they try to do a lot. Combat is smooth. You stealth in here. You can get your stealth on, get your stealth kills, death from above type stuff. I'm with it. I'm really with it. And like I said, I've not come across any kind of performance issues. You know, people were quick to run to so maybe it wasn't Nintendo's. I still believe in Nintendo, bro, because even this game at its worst still look and perform better than any Pokemon joint, straight up and down. And the art style for the Pokemon is less demanding, so you would feel like it would not have no issues. And plus, they've been making them for so long. I am more lenient when a new IP, a new game, or developers step out to do something different, and totally different, because this is totally different. Like, you look at a Pokemon game and you look at this, even though this looked like a freaking PS4 game, it's still, you know, and people will say, oh, it's art style. I'm like, man, you can have that art style and still have a game that look current gen. You know, Power have shown people this, because that's I don't care what people would say, that's the same freaking art style, the very same. And even gacha games, they have a lot of the same art styles, but there's still some you can point out that, hey, this look better than this. Like Zenless Zone Zero look better than Genshin Impact. You know, stuff like this you can like point out to say, oh, okay, objectively, this look better. Now, you might like the setting of Genshin better. You might like the open world feels better. But you could tell that Zenless Zone Zero is a more current game. You get what I mean? And so this excuse of, oh, it's just our, nah, brother. So I'm still team it's Nintendo, straight up. Because number one, it's not just the Pokemon games is not looking current and not performing current. It's not just, you know, Game Freak didn't make the hardware. Game Freak ain't made that Nintendo Switch. Not one. So, yeah, it's Nintendo in my mind. It's Nintendo. Just looking at it, not trying to cater for a game or developer or whatever. Because we all about throwing all the blame on the heads, on the people at the top, on the people who make the decisions. So guess what? I'm blaming the individuals who made the hardware. That's who I'm blaming. Straight up and down, front and back. That's who getting it for me. So yeah, of course I've been playing Beast of Reincarnation, been enjoying it. It's very near. That's the closest I put it on, with the movement, the combat, and it's very near. A lot of people will say Stellar Blade. I think Stellar Blade is much more on the technical side. If I gotta put some differentiating factors up on there, Stellar Blade, obviously, this Stellar Blade look better. It look current gen. It don't look like PS4 game, but it's a lot smoother. It's more reflective-y, and I don't know. I don't really know how to explain it, but if you put Beast of Reincarnation side by side to Stellar Blade, you could clearly tell there's a visual separation right there. It's a visual separation, you know. And the music, super dope music. There's a bunch of swords you can collect. You got ranged options. It's huge skill tree. There's a lot here. When you look at it at the combat and gameplay perspective, you know, the main perspective that people claim they care the most about. But, you know, when it comes to a game they don't like, they eager to overlook that. But yeah, I'm with it. I'm thoroughly enjoying it. Also, at the tail end of Wolfenstein, the Old Blood, I had been playing that for a few weeks. Just something like more old school, more arcadey, something more classic as far as just a cool character doing cool shit, just running and gunning. You don't really got to think about too much. See bad guy, shoot bad guy. See bad guy who don't notice you, stab him in the back of the neck, and you know, that kind of vibe. Like, you're doing that type of stuff. And every now and then, I do like to play a game like that. I do like to play a game that, as they say, take you back to the 360 era. I enjoy that. I had just finished up the Dishonored Definitive Edition, so I was still kind of in that mode of wanting to play like I say old school, but even though it's not really that old school, but kind of like a last gen shooter where they made games that just focused on just doing some cool shit. Not really trying to tell a overall super deep story and get people wrapped up and emotional and thinking about stuff. Like, this would be a game you play and beat, and it ain't really on your mind after. You know, these days you play a game and beat it, and you thinking about the characters and, you know, different story branches that you maybe could have taken, different possible endings and whatnot. You just play a game like this, enjoy it, have a good time, move on to the next one. And I think I'm gonna start keeping at least one of these in the tuck, so that, you know, kind of, I don't want to say a palate cleanser, but something a little more that I ain't gotta be like super invested into. You know, I feel like these games are good for that. You want a game, like it might be a day you want a game, you really don't know what you want to play. You just want to have some fun. You just want to shoot something. You know what I mean? Yeah, I just want to kill some bad guys. This would be type of joint for that. And I have them type of days all the time, to be honest with you. I don't always want to jump in the game and get wrapped up in the backstory and, you know, look for all this lore and master these combos and fight 2-phase, 3-phase bosses. And I don't really want to do all that all the time. Sometimes I just want a game. And games like this is what get me in the door. Picked up, got darn Marvel Tokon. I beat the first episode last night with the Avengers team. It's pretty cool, pretty swift you get through that, and they do add some. It is a bit of I say it can be a bit of a tutorial aspect to it, because you got these different, I think you have like 2 or 3 like different goals or quote unquote objectives, like that you'd want to complete during the match. So it'll say like skill triangle something, and it is in your goal in that match to pull off certain move sets, right? And in my mind, it can kind of trigger back to the training to where, oh man, how I do this? And then you kind of build up that muscle memory of doing it in action, of doing it while you're under a bit of stress. So when you are to like jump online and participate with some players across the world, you can kind of be in the mode of pulling stuff off, and your mind isn't blinking when you're trying to think about doing something, and you do it. You're not just, oh man, I want to do this, but how your fingers already remember, your hands already remember. You already recognize certain opportunities inside of the match based on, you know, how the player is moving, what move you just did, so you can recognize certain openings. And I think that's cool, because that's my main thing. Because usually in the fighting game, I'll go to YouTube, find like Diaphone or somebody. You know, I might even just go to YouTube, type in optimal such and such combo. Like, we play a token optimal Penny Parker combo. And I'll go find out whoever got the most views or whatever. And then they'll walk you through the combo, show you how to do it. And then I'll take that and I go in the training room and just drill it. Because I'm not like, my memory ain't that great. it's not that great. So I really only have maybe 2 combos in the tub. Maybe 2 of them. But like you got auto combos, so you can kind of mix some stuff up in there, try to keep an individual guessing. Cause listen, bro, I'm gonna use an auto combo. You see, I'm gonna use an auto combo, but I still will, try to put together a combo that's not that, to kind of mix it up. Because when you do an auto combo, people who are confident, they know, all right, I know this is square. I know this is right. You know what I mean? But if you can kind of do some things, put them in the air, tear them ankles up, but still keep it basic, bro. I can't do all this extravagant 89 hit combo joints. I can't do it. I'm halfway in the movement, I'm forgetting what I need to do next. But like I go in there and I drill combo, and I take me a combo or 2 in there, and that's what but I would have to keep playing, otherwise I'm gonna forget. I don't know what it's called, but like if I'm not using something, like if I know something or commit to memory something, and I'm not using it consistently, it's gone. It is gone. Like my wife and my family, they already know, bro. Don't ask me nothing about what happened last week, because it was last week. I knew it for the time I needed to know it. And after that, my brother might, hey, you remember this house? We watched it last year. It was the house with this and that. I'm like, brother, you know better than ask me this. You know better. I do not know. After we finish and complete that house and that customer pay, out of my mind, because I don't have to keep up with it, because we use House Call Pro. All that information is stored inside House Call Pro. The next time it's time to meet with that customer or do something for that customer, it's automatically put in the calendar, and it does it. It send them an email automatically, and then they'll either text us back, email us back, or call us back, and they say, hey, this is such and such, and I got your email, and boom, then you know what's up. You see? So I don't have to, like, especially the way life is now, bro. You don't have to memorize everything and commit all this stuff to memory. You get what I mean? You just don't have to do it. And my brain loves that, because that joint is slippery, bro. It's waiting. It is waiting to forget some shit. It cannot wait. It be, you know what I'm saying, chomping at the bit to throw some stuff out of my head. Anyway, so ToeCon it's been fun. It's been fun. I've not played online yet. I played online in the betas the previous weekend, but this time I want to try to get, and I'm also using the Hori Commander controller, so trying to learn that joint. And it's different because you got your face button, you got your X, triangle, circle, square on there, but then directly beside that you got your R1 and R2, and then on top you got, on the right side now for your bumper and trigger, you got L1, L2, and I think you got R3, L3 on the left side. I think L3 is on top, R3 is on the bottom, I think. And you only got your one analog, because in fighting games you don't need but one. And you also got your D-pad. The analog and D-pad, they are tight. And they got some tactileness to them. You know what I'm saying? You got some tactile. So, you might hit one of them keyboards and it got that sound. It's a lot of the kind of like chill vibe, my setup type YouTubers who have microphones near their keyboard. So when they click, they typing, you got a little ASMR for the people who like that kind of thing. I fast forward to that part. That shit don't do that for me. But it got a little feedback to it. I don't want to say feedback, but it kind of got some oomph to it when you hit it. It ain't just regular. It got a little something extra to it. So it's a dope control. It feel a little hollow, of course, but I mean, you don't need all this extra stuff in it. You know what I mean? What you need vibration for? What you need? You don't need all this other stuff. And it's corded, but the cord is like hella long. I don't know how long this cord is. That joint is hella long. So you can have that joint hooked up to your system on the freaking entertainment. So you back on the sofa, that cord gonna reach. That cord is gonna reach. That joint is long. And so I've been learning that. That's another reason why I'm not really online. Well, I won't even say not really, because I'm not. That's another reason why I'm not online, because I'm trying to get it. Because it takes some getting used to. Where you would use your your pointer finger and your middle finger, quote unquote, to hit the R1, R2. You don't have to do that. Your thumb is getting busy. That right thumb getting busy. Or you could do like a reach over grip on that joint. Like you can sit that joint on your thigh, and you still operating the analog as usual, but you got your fingers coming at the controller from the top. You see what I'm saying? So you can use your 3 dominant finger, you use your ring finger, middle finger, and pointer finger to get busy if you want to. I'm not playing like that. You could do it. I don't play like that. Different people got different ways in which they use, like people use the claw for Call of Duty and all this kind of shit. I'm not doing. I think they even use the claw for Armored Core 2. And I also seen a video where an individual for Armored Core was playing with the controller upside down, like not like back up, but where the grips are facing like toward the TV, would be facing toward the TV. I'm like, nah, I don't care how optimal that is. It ain't optimal for me when I got to learn a whole new way to learn. First of all, you got to get comfortable with holding that way. Then you also have to learn, relearn. You gotta relearn a whole controller layout pretty much. Then you go switch to another game, your whole shit is cooked. Your whole shit is cooked. You like, hold on, wait, what? And then you got to go through that period, that 2-3 hours of discomfort and fucking up, hitting the wrong button. When you're trying to reload, you jump in, and when you're trying to scope in, you sprint. You know what I mean? It's a whole bunch of extra stuff you gotta that goes into trying to do something that way that I'm just not about to do it, bro. I'm not about to do it. Yeah, I'm gonna come home and I'm gonna lab Tokon for at least an hour every day, because that's what you got to do. You know, that's what you got to do when you would like to get good, especially like this, because you can play casually, and that's casual still. You got folks who won't even touch online for the whole weekend. They not playing online. They might not even play online at all next week. They are in the training room. That's what they doing. They in the training room. And that's how they lab in situations. They labbing on the ground combos, in the air combos. Then they trying shit out also. They gonna switch out this assist. Let's try this assist. And you got folks who really about that life. I'm not about that life, but I would like to get decent at this. I'm not saying I'm trying to be the next. I would like to get decent. I would like to get at least competent at the game. That's what I would like to do. Competency. You see, that's where I would like to be. I would at least like to hop in there and win more than I lose. Even if it's on, I at least like to win 3 out of 2. At least. Win 3, lose 2. Win 5, lose 2. Something like that. Win 5, lose 3. You know what I'm saying? I'm not trying to go 10-0 or 20-0. Nah, I'm cool. You know, I'm not trying to like devote my soul into that joint. But if you do, I commend people like that, bro. One of the homies, two of the homies, super heavy in the fighting games. One of them posted on the Instagram story. They just picked it up. You know, he pulled out his fire stick and he labbing. Multiple people across X enjoying it. You see photos and videos and people enjoying it. You know, the PC brethren and sister ain't having that great time. Hey man, that's between y'all. Seen the individual talking about how the Steam Deck and F something like, bro. Hey bro, have at it. Have at it. Do you? But the people I communicate with, or you know, have interactions with them, they're having a grand old time. Even in the Discord, people in there having a grand old time. Folks even got tournaments set up already with cash winnings. Going over there, you can win you $300 over there at the online arcade. $300. Even you come in third place, you get 50. You get 50. So it kind of like you got Tokon for freaking $50 off. I mean, yeah, $50 off. Man, you can go on a date with the wife off $50. Take her to the Applebee's. Huh? Take her to the Chili's. Hey, babe, what you, man? You know how they do on Saturday? You know how they do during the day on Saturday? What they doing? They laying on the bed, watching TikTok. That's what they doing. They laying on the bed, watching TikTok. Not doing nothing. You know what I'm saying? They might knock out a little laundry, but they'll spread it out on the weekend. They spread out the laundry. They don't just knock it all out right then and there. You know what I'm saying? They'll, go get it, fold up a couple pieces, hit the bed, watch a little TikTok, maybe put on a little below deck. You see what I'm saying? Put that on. And kick back. Say, hey, babe, man, listen, man, I just want a hot 50 playing the game. You want to hit up Chip? She gonna say yes. She gonna say yes every time. She gonna say yes. They not turning down the opportunity to go nowhere and eat no food. They not doing it. I don't care. They can be in competition prep. Competition prep. They not turning down no opportunity to go eat no food. And get out the house. And go somewhere. That's their favorite pastime, going somewhere. So, you know what I'm saying? You can take on a little day date. You get me? Hang out, have a grand old time. Have a few laughs. Maybe even hit a little margarita session. They like a little margarita. And around that time period during the lunch, man, you get you a half on margarita. Get you a little picture. She can bust all that down. Cause it be a picture, but it don't be a real. It be a restaurant picture. It don't be a at the house picture. At the house picture different than at the restaurant picture. Just like, man, cause back when I drunk, or back when I used to drink, you go to the pizza spot, you can get a picture bill for $10, blah blah blah. It don't be no picture. It be a picture, you see, but it ain't an at the house picture. You get what I mean? Like you go on a cruise, you can get a bucket of beer for, I think it was $15. It might be $19. I don't remember. It's somewhere between that. But you go get it. Man, that joint got 5 beers in it. That joint ain't even a full 6-pack. But folk on vacation, they in the mindset to spend some money. Like, bro, why not just put a 6 in there? Why not put the 6er together? But hey, they doing their thing and they getting paid. Because you can get you a 6-pack. I don't know now. And it also depends on what. But I think you can get a 6-pack for like $12. Whatever you drink, $12 and under, you can probably get you a 6-pack. On the cruise ship, no. You ain't no 6-pack. You better off just getting you the unlimited drink joint. And enjoying get you unlimited. Well, I'm not gonna say that because like I'm promoting drink alcoholism. I'm talking about on vacation. Now, some people overdo it. A lot of people actually overdo it on vacation. You know what I'm saying? I did it once. I overdid it once, but we talking about games. Right? We talking about goddamn games. Another cool thing I've been playing, Ghost Recon Wildlands. Ubisoft had the 20th anniversary stream and Ghost Recon situation, and they released an update for Ghost Recon Wildlands. More frames, more resolutions, more better. And I played a little bit last night. I played probably like an hour and a half last night, right before I went to bed, because I just wanted to check it out. Me and RPG88 had been talking about it. He likes Ghost Recon as well. I enjoy Breakpoint. He enjoy Breakpoint. And at the end of it, I do believe I'm going to enjoy Breakpoint better. But when you look on the Reddit and people say, I like Wildlands better. The main reason they like Wildlands better is because the world itself is more alive. It's more going on. Like it's people there. And that's absolutely true. Absolutely true. It's you can tell you're in a place where, you know what I'm saying, it's bustling. For what it can be, for what it is, it's bustling. It's not a city or anything, but it's bustling. Like people going about their lives, they doing stuff. They're walking along the streets. They in what structures are there, where the structures are. Different things that people would be doing. And in Breakpoint, that's not the case. Now, lore-wise, there is a reason why that's not the case. It's like a privately owned government type of deal where the people who there are people who work. Like you work there. You're not just hanging out and on vacation. You there for a reason. So it makes sense why. And then plus some people had if I'm not mistaken, some people like evacuated off or they fled or something. Anyway, it makes sense as to why Aurora isn't as bustling as the Bolivia on paper, but it is. I can see why an individual would say, this open world is better, because in the open world we want things happening, we want people walking around, we want it to look alive. So in that aspect, yeah, absolutely true. And it's just a different kind of jungle in both of them. It's like more, how you say, I don't even know how to describe it, but it's more, Aurora is more like foresty, jungle, foresty. There's jungle in Wildlands, but it's not as foresty. You get what I mean? If you can understand what I mean by this. And I also like in Breakpoint how it's like lone wolf type shit. I like that. I don't really want to be micromanaging what some NPCs is doing. This just me. I don't care for that. Now, am I going to dock a game for having it? Absolutely not. But if it don't got it, I'm going to prefer, like, you got two versions of the game and one version, you don't have to do that. I'm picking the version you don't got to do that. Like, it was a game, Final Fantasy Strangers in Paradise. I cannot stand having party members who are doing the bare minimum. Unless you give them, I just don't like that. I don't care for it. I'd rather it just be me. I would rather it just be me. That's why, Final Fantasy 16, that's my joint. Why? Because you buy yourself. I ain't got to manage and switch and do all this. I like Clive. I'm playing with fucking Clive. That's what we doing. I don't want to switch to a Tifa and then switch to this guy and switch to that guy and set this up and do that. Like, no, I don't want to do that. And hey, that's just what it is. So that's why I'm leaning more to our Breakpoint, because I ain't beat Wildlands. Something could happen, I could end up liking it more than Breakpoint. And from what I'm experiencing so far, it's not like you even gotta manage them over here. They still competent. You can set up a sync shot and you head tap, they head say it's the same time kind of deal. And they kind of hang a bit back. They not just running out there getting seen and spotted and blowing the cover and that type of stuff. Now, if it's big ass firefight breakout, they get active and they get involved. But for the most part, they're hanging back, chilling, until you have them get more aggressive. You know what I'm saying? And then even tying that back to Beast of Reincarnation, Cool, you ain't got to manage him. So much so that a lot of times I forget he even there, and I forget to use him because he already doing his thing. Now it will behoove you to use him because you can activate certain skills and set certain things up for you to get your stuff off. So it would behoove you to utilize him and get active. But for the most part, I gotta remind myself, oh snap, I need to Cool over here. I just unlocked this skill with him. Let me try this out, see what it's here for. You know what I mean? It's just one of those things where in my mindset, I'm playing a single player game, so I'm not really worried about managing and depending on. But, at the end of the day, I'm having a great time with it. And, it's also I don't even want to say some, pretty much all of the Ghost Recon games, they drop them joints on sale. You can get Future Soldier for free on PC, on Ubisoft Connect. And folks sleep on Ubisoft Connect. Ubisoft Connect is dope. Like, even when I booted up Wildlands, I'm getting a whole bunch of pings on the top right hand of all this stuff I'm unlocking, like cosmetics for the characters and XP boosts and stuff. Like, if you play other Ubisoft games, it would behoove you to go ahead and connect to Ubisoft Connect on the game, because you unlocking stuff and getting it's benefits over there they enjoy. You know what I mean? And it's stuff that further add to the game. Whereas you can have a grand old time. I got a Ghost Recon t-shirt. I got a Rainbow Six t-shirt. Actually got that on the character. I like the character creation on this more because it looks better. So it might not even be that the character creation itself is actually better. It might just be because of the update that make it look better. And I either try to make myself or I try to make my granddad. I was able to pull off something kind of close. They don't got the sliders and stuff, and I think Ubisoft could, like, on the next outing, I think it would, like, you just add a few of them. You ain't got to go like super in depth like Monster Hunter, any of these things. But like, let us be able to change a little bit of the shapes. You get me? And cause the character I got in this look better than the character I got in Breakpoint. The hair looks better. That's the hair, and they be looking trash. They be looking trash. And even though they didn't specifically have a hairstyle that I like, they got some close enough to what I would wear if I were this type of operative. If I was this type of individual, I also would have liked a voice changer, like select the voice types, because the guy, he kind of, I don't know, he don't sound like, I don't know, he don't sound like rugged enough, I guess. But the Ubisoft stream was pretty dope. They seem to be working on the next one. I'm hoping since Wildlands got this update with a new mission, that they drop one more for Breakpoint. I hope they drop one more for Breakpoint. And because Breakpoint, where it's at, you know, where that was a good ass game. I really enjoyed that joint. I really enjoyed that a lot more than I thought I would. Cause for a second I was teetering on, this might be my favorite. This joint might overtake The Division as my favorite Ubisoft game. But then I went back to play some Division, and even though The Division, well, they got the freaking realism mode. And I really enjoy playing the game as they present it, and the RPG mechanics in that is what differentiates it from the other third-person shooters. And I think that's really what made The Division popular, those mechanics. But it's just something about a headshot being a headshot that's just satisfying than a mug. It's satisfying than a mug. Out the gate, you ain't got to necessarily worry about no bills. You pick the gun you like, what the damage it does, and you out. You out there. You are out there. And that realism mode is super cool. And I hope they include that at the release of a D3. I do. Because I think, at first I'm like, nah, I just play that. If they do, I'd play that mode after. But I think, bro, if they got that joint, I'm playing it like that. That's what I think. Because even the no gear score mode for Breakpoint, I played it. I beat the whole game with the gear score enabled. But then RPG88, the homie, was like, man, check it out. Go back and check it out with the gear score disabled. And I did that. And I'm like, bro, he was right. They was on to something. This. And now Wildlands don't got that. You know what I mean? So Wildlands is, if you pop a mug in the head, he gone. He out of there. Ain't no gear score. To my understanding right now, anyway. It don't look to be like no gear score. And I think that's another thing too why people like Breakpoint less, because they put that in there. And that's a Division thing. That's a Division thing. So you keep that over there in the Division. So I don't know how they gonna, mix and match and how they gonna do it. Because I don't think, Ghost Recon might be ready. What the vibe is, Ghost Recon is gonna be ready for the Division anyway. And I don't know if there is a crossover between the franchises. I think it would be, because they're pretty similar. Just different settings. And of course, the Division has the RPG mechanic. But I feel like if you have fun in one, you can't have fun in the other. At least I did. Now I'm a Division fan. I really enjoyed the Division. You know what I mean? They got some new stuff coming, and they got a new Incursion dropping next week, I think. I'm trying to get myself together so I can participate in that. And I haven't had time to. I've been playing so many goddamn games. Because gaming is, bro, if you cut off online, and what I have been doing the last couple of days, because the For You page will rile you up. If you're on the For You page on X, it will rile you up. And you kind of get lost, and it slips from your mind the fact that a lot of these people are just bots. Majority of these people are just bots. I'll say that. And they just trying to get people active and arguing and backing and forth and engaging and stuff like that. And they're just trying to get the engagement for the whole situation just up. So you got bots that are agitators. You got people that are agitated. It's just, it can become annoying real quick. But over the last couple days, I'm like, I'm not even gonna participate. And it's been like, if you just gaming, you having a grand old time. If you gaming and you don't got nobody on the internet telling you that gaming is dead and corporations and shit, they don't care. Like, bro, all this extra shit that we already fucking know. That's one thing I'm kind of getting annoyed of. People saying, oh, the corporations don't care about you. They're not. Fucking obvious. Obviously, I don't know why we got to keep having this retarded ass, stupid ass disclaimer every time we come up to what a corporation is doing. Oh, obviously they don't give a fuck. They're here for the money. What company ain't? What business ain't in it for the money? Like folks be saying some obvious ass shit and it don't really add nothing to the conversation when you look at it. Okay, who is out here trying not to make more money? Who got a business and they're actively not trying to get more money for doing less? That's the fucking dream if you a corporation or a company or a business. How can we get more money without doing more? That's what they do. And I'm not gonna carry it on. I'm gonna actually cut it off right here. I feel like we had a pretty decent conversation, especially because it was just about games. It was just about what I'm playing, what I'm doing. My landscape as of right now, and it's pretty freaking packed. It's pretty freaking packed. You got Tocon, I got Wildlands, I got Beast of Reincarnation. Then on the horizon, we got Mortal Shell 2. And we got Crimson freaking Moon that released a price and a day. $20 fucking. We definitely, RPG 88 put me on that. We definitely gonna be on that. Definitely gonna be having a grand time on that. But, catch me every Saturday here. GGO.podcast, back next Saturday. Catch me every Tuesday on Will 777JP channel. Just playing live stream. Maybe we'll be playing Wildlands over there this week. I don't know. We gonna see. But drop a like, drop a comment. Appreciate you coming through. I'll catch y'all outside the next one.